The International Film Festival Rotterdam has a special focus on African cinema this year. We wanted to create new creative links with Africa and show Africa from different perspectives.
For a long time, Africa was seen as a continent to feel sorry for, to give money to. But only if you and me personally connect to Africa, to the Africans, that would make a real difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for inviting me for the first 5 minutes. I have not seen the short film we're going to see in a minute, but I have seen the main film, the world premiere, and it's rather strange to be speaking to you about a film that you haven't seen yet, so I would love to have the discussion afterwards and with the maker. I have enjoyed seeing the film very much, and I'm greatly looking forward to seeing it on a big screen. Because of the very special emotions and atmosphere that it evoked in me, anyway. And I think the only thing I'd like to give as a theme, and it may be a way that you can look at it, is an emotion of longing. I tried to find the right word for myself. It's nearly like a homesickness between Germany and Africa, of people who are living their ordinary lives and who think, how might it have been in the past and how could it be if my life was different, if I was maybe in a different situation. And what do you do with that longing? What do you do with that homesickness? What do you do with wishing for another life or another world? That there are some very emotional scenes. There's interesting questions about how men and women deal with that. I'd love to have a discussion afterwards on a gender analysis on the film too. And I think for me it evoked this feeling of longing because I find, as World Connector and as co-chair of the Global Call to Action Against Poverty, I'm also caught very much in a longing for a more just and fair world. We have held around the world a lot of poverty and climate hearings where people have spoken of their real situation. In the past, when I was director of Oxfam Novib, I have been in a lot of countries in Africa and Asia, and I have seen how people have survived, how they work so hard, how they try and shape their lives, and how constantly the interaction internationally, the bridges, the linkages are becoming stronger. Our international communication is becoming much stronger. So we have pictures of each other's lives. And I certainly, from a privileged situation, in a privileged country, also know a homesickness and a longing, sometimes towards more interaction with nature, sometimes towards the past, and sometimes towards a future which is more equal, more just, where we can actually interact with each other without the disqualifications and inequalities between countries, between continents, between economic realities, between lifestyles, and where we can work towards a situation where the longing, the homesickness can maybe become some kind of reality. Well, this is all very abstract for you until you've seen the film, but I hope we'll be able to have a good discussion about this afterwards, where the concreteness of what I long for will interact with the emotions and impressions of this film and of the filmmakers, who I think were probably thrown into a totally new situation and who have done a wonderful job, I think, in bringing us pictures and feelings of people in Africa. Thank you very much.